Now, Gil, we always want to be honest. The last time we saw Florida State played, they played pretty badly.
They were very flat.
They were flat.
Although you got to admit, Cincinnati just shot the eyes out of the net.
True.
When you're shooting from three-point range like that, like Mark Price did, for those of you that did have a chance to see the ball game, how do you stop that? I mean, you know, how do you play defense against some guy that shoots from the rafters?
I don't know. How do you do that? He'll have to come up with something if they go ahead and do that tonight as well.
Right.
Florida.
Now, tonight it's a non-conference game, so maybe a good chance for the Seminoles to tune up for more conference action on Saturday against Virginia Tech. Hello again, folks. Well, after a two-day break, it's back to the hardwood for Florida State. Not much breathing room for the Seminoles, who host Central Florida tonight and then travel to Virginia Tech on Saturday.
Out strong against Central Florida and just go ahead and play your ball game. You can't back up or back away. We go down to Virginia Tech, you know, then we're right back into the battles. We've got to be ready to play them. We've got to get ready for their big center, Roy Brow, who's a great shot blocker. They've got two great shooters on the perimeter, in Bimbo Coles and Wally Lancaster, and we've got to be ready to play those people. We did not play the perimeter well against South Carolina, and obviously someone like Brent Price really hurt us with his long-range jump shooting. So you got to make adjustments with each game in the Metro Conference, and that's what we're going to look at in these upcoming games.
Jump ball for 11-5 FSU against the 5-11 Knights is 7:30 tonight at the Civic Center. Also tonight, the Rattlerettes will try and regroup for Monday's loss to Stetson with a home game against Alabama State. Tip-off is 7 in Gaither Athletic Center. Now, last night for the FAMU men, Aldwin Ware continued on a tear. He had 26 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, and 7 steals as the Rattlers down South Carolina State to raise their record to 12-3. In top 20 play yesterday, 14th rated Florida knocked off Louisiana State 61-50 to maintain its lead in the Southeastern Conference with a 6-1 record. Was billed as a battle of the centers. LSU's Jose Vargas, who went to the jump hook early, against Florida's Dwayne Shinsis, the big guy from the outside. The Gators would have few problems trying to score on their own home floor. This time it is Ronnie Montgomery with a smooth move to the bucket to put Florida out in front 14-12. Montgomery finished with 10 points. Florida had the running game going. Vernon Maxwell to Shinsis for the dunk, then Maxwell from the rafters, and the Gators led 30-27 at halftime. In the second half, the 6'10 Vargas gets inside the Florida 2-3 zone to cut the lead to 1, but the Gators finish strong. Vernon Maxwell hits for 3, then Shinsis finds a darting Chris Capers for a bucket inside, but Maxwell was a key as he continuously hit for 3. Maxwell had a game-high 20 points, including 15 from three-point range, as 14th-ranked Florida raised its record to 15-4 with a 61-50 win over LSU. The Gators have now won 6 straight SEC games, tying a school record. Well, the Green Bay Packers are expected to name their new head coach this week, and they know now it won't be George Perles. The Michigan State coach announced today he's staying with the Spartans instead of accepting the vacant Green Bay job. The Packers had reportedly made Perles the top pick to replace Forrest Gregg, who resigned to become the head man at SMU. Perles says he's motivated by the challenge of coaching in the NFL, but feels tremendous loyalty to Michigan State, where last season he took the team to a Big Ten crown and a Rose Bowl win. Well, there's not much talk coming from either football camp today in San Diego because the players are practicing rather than talking to the media. For one Washington Redskin, it's tough being backup quarterback for Super Bowl 22 after having been the starter most of the season. George Michael at the Super Bowl talks with Jay Schrader.
Is it any harder coming back to San Diego and not to be starting? Because at the start of the year, to think of going to the Super Bowl, you would have said that would be like the ultimate dream.
Well, it would have been the ultimate dream to come here and be the starter. I still have an opportunity to play in this game. There's nobody said that I don't have the opportunity, so I have to get myself prepared, and if I get the opportunity to play, I'm going to be ready to do that. And, you know, I want to get myself mentally prepared to play. There's nothing better. I'd like to play in hometown and do well.
Coach Gibbs said you're taking it better now than maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and your attitude is better. Has there been a change that you know of, Jay, or is he just saying that?
Well, I think everybody grows up and you learn from the situation, and I think you learn how to deal with it, and I think I've done that. And, you know, it's tough to realize that one moment, you know, everything's riding on your shoulder, and the next moment, hey, somebody else has got it. And at the very beginning, it's a shock, and after that, you just have to deal with it, and I think I've done that.
Larry Bird sure likes to score when Boston plays Washington. Earlier this season, Bird had a 47-point night against the Bullets. Last night, he topped that by tossing in 49 as the Celtics nipped the Bullets 106-100 at Boston Garden.
Start of the first half from Boston Garden, the Bullets in red. Jeff Malone loses the ball. Danny Ainge gains control and will start the fast break. Ainge hits the trailer Larry Bird for the layup. Bird with 49 points tonight. The Celtics led 53-50 at the half. Second half now. Danny Ainge's pass stolen away by Bernard King. King from the left side would slam it down. He led the Bullets with 32 points. Late in the game now, Dennis Johnson on the right side would miss the jump shot. Muggsy Bogues with the rebound, but Bogues' pass is stolen away by Danny Ainge. He feeds inside to Robert Parrish for the jam. The Celtics beat the Bullets 106-100. I'm Todd Whitthorne for NBC News.
Finally, in sports at this hour in hockey news, longtime Minnesota North Stars general manager Lou Nanne has stepped down from the National Hockey League club. The 46-year-old former U.S. Olympic hockey player says he's resigning because of stress. Nanne has been associated with the North Stars as player, coach, or GM since their first season in 1967-68. Scott and Stacy, that is all sorts of sports and sunshine to you. And again, a reminder tonight, Civic Center, 7:30, jump ball for Florida State against Central Florida.
Let's get a quick prediction from you, Gil. Non-conference game, it doesn't matter, it doesn't count.
I'll take Florida State, although the Knights do have some big beef up front. They go 6'8", 6'7", and 6'6" against along their front line. So if they play well tonight and Florida State plays well, we should be in for a good ball game.
All right, Gil. Always the diplomat. Thanks, Gil.